How's everybody doing tonight? Welcome to the third attempt at episode 2 of the Country Fried Nerds. Tonight's going to be kind of a toss-up kind of show. It's going to be kind of different. My brother's not with me because he doesn't know how to answer the fucking phone. So, with me, I have 3 good old boys from just a county over, good buddies of mine, hang out, do fun stuff. Got Zach.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
Got Josie.
What's going on?
I got Jared.
Don't call me Randall.
Fucking Randall.
Here we go.
Alright. So, you boys, judging by the, massive mound of musical equipment in my house right now, you guys play music, right? Obviously.
Try to.
Well, you do a pretty damn good job, I will say.
Thank you.
So, tell me. Just tell me everything. Tell me about who you, the Ramblers. Tell me about everything. Just tell me what you got.
Well, we started picking. We came up with the Ramblers. I got home out in the Marine Corps. I moved out to Peasticks, and I started picking with some buddies from the Marine Corps, and he got out with me as well. We grabbed Zach, and before we knew, we were rambling on P6, just a wannabe band, if anything.
And just so the record's clear, it was just Peasticks before it was Peasticks Ramblers.
It was. I will say that because
Yeah,
I was real
just
confused.
Peasticks.
Because look, when I
But
thought
we
about
heard
this,
we heard that wasn't cool enough. So, Ramblers
Shit.
it was. Ramblers it was. And I'm fine with Ramblers because I'm a gambler. And I like to gamble.
I do
like
not
to ramble.
gamble, but I do ramble.
Don't gamble,
But
guys.
do not call me Randall.
Don't gamble.
Don't let them hate. Gambling's fun.
Gamble responsibly. That's the thing.
Yeah,
Responsibility.
if you're going to do it, call that big number on the ad on the billboard if you need help.
Fucking Randall.
It's paid for by the state.
So, okay. So, coming back from the Marine Corps, was music kind of a thing that helped you readjust and kind of get back comfortable?
Oh, absolutely. I had a very hard time trying to fit into what I considered the civilian world. A lot of nights, all I had was that old guitar by my side, and picking on it, and I've came a long way since then. But yeah, that got me through a lot of nights.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's definitely
That was always my thing with it too. Was music was a really good escape, kinda. It was something I could funnel my time into that was somewhat productive and made me feel pretty.
Productive's a big word. There,
Right,
I feel.
right.
It's that's why I'm a big acoustic fan myself, and my thing is you get what you put into it. It's at the end of the day, it's a wooden box. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you get out of it what you put into
Yeah,
it.
it's a wooden box with a couple strings.
Right.
It you can't hide, you can't lie, you can't pretend. It gives you back honestly a little less than you give it.
Yeah, absolutely. It could always give back just a little bit more.
Less than you feel you're getting.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And so, what about you? What got you into music?
Well, I think the best way to tell it is for Jared to kind of start it out, because the only reason I'm sitting on a box right now is because of Jared.
Yeah.
You remember the start of it, Jared, at all, really? Do I need to just say it?
We were playing out in P6. I had a box room at the house of my little brother, OTC, Tan Man. He's currently deployed right now. Big shout out.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I got your drum, Tanner. I'm going to take care of it.
So we started, I was working on a little project. It was real deep dive into bluegrass fiddle tunes, stuff that had no vocals on it.
Yeah.
And I called it Songs and Sounds. And
Dig it.
and I just brought Zach in on the drum, something to keep time, because I was used to playing. I would play on a metronome.
Mm-hmm.
It's just you've heard a metronome.
I just want to state for the record that Jared's completely obsessed with playing the guitar. and it's kind of unhealthy sometimes.
Absolutely.
I just want to make that clear, and it shows. Actually, now that we've said that, what you heard at the beginning of this was Jared playing on a resonator, and it was beautiful.
I'll like do maybe another. I'll do another, maybe a break or intermission.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
But I was so used to the metronome.
Right.
And, I got Zach and had a drum, and I was like, I don't need you to drum well. I need you to just metronome. And turned out to be a phenomenal drummer. And I was like, hey, I have this other band, and he knew Austin, and that's how we ended up in the Ramblers. But Songs and Sounds, I feel, was the
foundation of our relationship.
Yeah, I've been in a rock and roll band. I've been in a bluegrass band. Tried out for a bigger bluegrass band, didn't make it. But that's okay. But Songs and Sounds was something I was putting a lot of energy into for months. Yeah, and Zach was there.
So the way that I see it all really is Jared would always have me out to his house. We'd be smoking hens or smoking some pork or whatever, and he'd have some friends over, and our good buddy Tyler Murphy, he would bring his box drum over all the time, and he'd pat around on it with Jared. And one night Jared told me to grab a hold of it, and I grabbed a hold of it and played it a little bit. And over the next couple of weeks, I just started to play more and more of Tyler's drum. And Jared told me, he said, man, if you want to take it serious, you should come and practice with me. And so pretty much we talked Tyler Murphy into letting us borrow his drum, and I've still got it, Tyler, right now. I told you I'd get it back to you by Christmas, but I'm sorry if you're listening to this. I still got your drum, brother. It's at January 16th as of this recording, and
It is, in fact, January 16th. Just
I'm going to clean it up, give it back to you. But either way, I kind of learned how to play on this drum, and Jared, he made me real good, It just kind of came natural because I liked the kind of music that Jared was playing. I listened to him play for weeks before I ever even hit around on that drum. And so Jared told me if I wanted to take it serious and practice with him, he's like, we can, play some stuff. I can, show you some rhythms and everything like that. And it just kind of started from there. I mean, we practiced weeks and weeks upon end. And my good buddy, Austin Morgan, I graduated high school with him, and he, he's a real good friend, and I've watched him play music since we was 13 years old, and, it just kind of all came together. Jared and Austin and I played together one time, and we decided we should start playing together. It's all kind of history. That's the history of it, really, for me as a drum player anyway. I mean, I didn't know if Jared's going to mention Murph's drum or not, but Murph's drum's key to all this, because I wouldn't even have my own drum right now if it wasn't for Tyler Murphy's drum.
Word.
I learned how to play on.
That's awesome. Yeah, that was my big thing too. Was, like I said, music was I don't know, it was a really important part of my life, especially growing up, because it just was. It was all around me, And
I remember you're rocking vinyls, middle school.
Oh yeah,
6th grade.
Yeah.
Stars.
Yep. You're damn right. Look at that. That's
the
good.
Vinyl collection. I was like,
yeah, dude, I had
from early on.
I miss having so many vinyls. I have one vinyl, and it's a Prince album right there on my fucking wall.
Dude, jams.
It's beautiful. But I love vinyl. Vinyl is awesome. It's the best.
Absolutely.
Like as far as quality, I mean, you're never gonna get better quality than digital probably, but there's something about the sound of vinyl.
My big thing with vinyl is, I'll be honest, we're recording an album, and it's mostly due to the outbreak right now, the COVID. It's split up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we're not all playing at once, but you refer back to those vinyls, and the vinyl, it was one take, one shot. Everybody in a booth. Here's what we got. We play it one time together,
and that's
we
it.
Record it, and that's what you get. And today it's not like that.
It makes for
cold beer. It's all right. You can open it.
That makes for that kind of music, that kind of playing makes for crazy things to happen, like things that normally wouldn't happen, you know.
Absolutely.
Like
I'm over here shaking my head.
Right, I appreciate that. That's something that is so impressive to me, is to see people be able to sit down one time and play through something
together,
spectacularly, and never go out of time, or never, it's insane to me.
Absolutely. And now it's like I'll throw my track on it, and we'll send it down to Houston. We'll get drums on it. We'll bring it back, and versus let's all go down to across the waters on Tennessee and record.
Right.
And make it big. One time, one take.
And just to add on the vinyl conversation too, I think what you all are saying is right, and the way that I would put it is that I think vinyl is the most authentic way to listen to a recording of an ensemble.
I mean, yeah,
because you're hearing.
Because I mean, Greg's right. To a certain degree, digital does sound better, but I mean, it depends on what kind of music you're playing. You know what I'm saying? If you're mixing a bunch of stuff, I think Greg's right. You're definitely digital's the way to go. But man, if you're all just used to playing together all at the same time, man, vinyl's tough.
Tell me I'm wrong, Greg.
It's got that crisp old sound to it, man.
I'll always pick vinyl. I look exclusively for
vinyls
now.
Tell me your favorite album isn't a vinyl.
Oh, absolutely.
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 I remember you spoke about T. Murph earlier on the drum. I remember the first time I heard Johnny Be Good on album. It was a Chuck Berry album. I remember we sat around and we were doing stuff at his place and listened to the whole album on on the record player.
Damn right.
And that intro riff to Johnny Be Good and then the band came behind it, and I was like, that is music at its finest. You can't find that anywhere else. You can tell me I'm wrong.
I mean, vinyl is as close to the studio recording as you're ever going to get.
And that's what it sounded
Absolutely.
like. It was
like
just six guys playing music in time.
I mean, because especially with back then, there wasn't somebody, they were mixing, but they weren't mixing the way that they mix now, where you can basically move everything everywhere and do whatever you want to with it. Back then, it was they were turning things up and turning things down. So, I mean, that's as close as you're going to get to the studio recording. Vinyl is. Absolutely. I don't know. See, the thing is, y'all don't understand how much of a vinyl nerd I was when I was in school. Because I had the old, it was from, the 80s. It was this big, giant, 4-piece fucking record player that had, a cassette deck, and then the equalizer thing, and then it had the amp itself, and then the record player sat on top of it, and it weighed, 200 pounds, I swear to God, with the cabinet and everything. Heaviest shit ever. And then my whole room, one whole wall, was this giant entertainment center, just as full as I could possibly get it, of every album that I could get my hands on.
What's your favorite album, Greg Son? Don't Call Me Randall. I swear to God, we'll roll right now.
Shoot, that's really hard. As far as my favorite vinyl I ever heard, it was an Animals album. And I don't remember, I think it was a Greatest Hits album maybe, but just something about, it might have been just something about the recording and stuff. That was the best one I ever heard. As far as my favorite, just as my favorite, I don't know, I have a lot, because
hard to narrow down.
It really is. Right now, I've been really hard on Tyler Childers, I have.
Absolutely.
And, he put out actually, it's funny that we're talking about him. He put out a Fiddle Song album too.
Oh, yeah.
And I meant to say that back when but I forgot, and I really dug it. So, I want to hear yours at some point. I'd
love to do that. We recently picked up, very fortunate to be able to play with Colin Bice.
Yeah, that's awesome. And, Colin's fantastic.
He is on the cello.
That is awesome.
Knows his way around the strings.
Yeah, boy. Boy, look, he can pick up anything with a string and play it. I will say that right now, Colin, if you're listening, you are fantastic, sir.
Yes, sir. He probably will listen to this, man. He's a professional in all aspects.
Absolutely. Always has been.
Playing with him, it was really enlightening, to hear what he could add behind some of the stuff that we got to write, and then you get to hear him playing, and it all comes together. It's real nice.
Yeah, That makes me happy.
So, Greg, you said you had a Prince vinyl. Where?
Right there,
Oh, it's
hanging on the wall.
man.
Oh, so I was gonna ask if it was Purple Rain.
It is
and
Purple
it's
Rain.
Purple Rain.
Absolutely. What? And the only reason I bought it, and
That's a nice.
I do
vinyl.
love the Purple Rain album. I love Prince.
Who doesn't?
I ain't gonna lie. I love Prince. But that picture disc is
Josie, you
beautiful.
like Purple Rain, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Little
I'm sorry.
introduction.
I forgot he was here. I'm not gonna lie. He ain't said shit the whole time. So, Josie, what do you think? I don't even know what the fuck we're talking about, guys.
How do you,
Purple Rain, man.
Oh yeah.
how'd
Yeah.
you even get here?
I don't know, man.
Well, I ain't really said much because, well, I'm the fucking tag along on this one.
He's the roadie. Don't let him lie. He gets to carry all the shit and drive them around.
He didn't drive.
Actually, I did not drive. I rode passenger.
Tonight.
Yeah, he's the strong silent type, more strong than silent, but still
Right.
very silent.
Fuck yeah.
How'd you get into the music scene, Jess?
Well, truthfully, I didn't really pick up an instrument until about 3 days ago, thanks to Jared.
Seems
But-
to be a common theme here. I'm seeing.
Yeah. But anyways, I got into music about in elementary school. I started playing the cello a little bit. I played it for about a year. Liked it, but gave it up. Moved on. I realized I found myself liking just a lot of older albums. I never understood much of this modern music bullshit, whatever the hell they got going on.
Sure.
But like I'd listen to like Nirvana, and I just listen to all sorts of shit. And I hate to say it, but I listen to a lot of Michael Jackson.
I love Michael Jackson.
I don't know
You
Michael
Jackson. He's the king of
Yeah,
pop.
you don't have to
Yeah.
apologize for liking Michael Jackson in this house.
That's when
It's
pop
okay.
music was good. Him and Madonna.
Look, y'all
all
don't
them,
understand.
man.
I was singing fucking Michael Jackson at work earlier. Y'all don't get it. Fucking on the
Jared
line.
knows
fucking-
I like to go to Funky Town.
Funky
Whoa,
Town, man.
I like that Michael Jackson.
I don't know. I really wasn't. I wasn't really into bluegrass until, like, I grew up around it, but in school I kind of pushed against it because it was what
Absolutely.
it was what
It's what your papa listened
right.
to.
It was what my
Yeah.
family did, and
Yeah,
I
that's
was
what
I was I was
listened
super
to.
against that, so I was playing
I never got
fucking
into, and I consider you listen to my playing. I'm a flat picker, absolutely, and it came from bluegrass roots.
yeah.
And absolutely, I denied it. And, it's one of those things you get older and you're like, well, you listen to it your whole life. It's how you learn to play guitar.
And then you start listening to it for
Awesome,
real, and
yeah.
you're like, oh shit, okay, I get
I
it.
got into guitar and I started listening to guys, from bluegrass. I'm like, they are doing things on that guitar that are way past.
Shouldn't be possible sometimes.
Absolutely. If you don't believe me, pull up anything by Tony Rice or
Yeah,
any,
rest in peace, Tony Rice.
Rest in peace, yeah,
sir.
take
a
That was
minute.
a
Yeah, we
phenomenal
did,
yeah,
musician.
yeah,
We
we
lost a lot of people in the music industry.
Yeah, we take our hats off to Tony
Van
Rice.
Halen.
Eddie Van Halen, that was another one that died. That was
Man,
really
that sucks.
Joe Diffie,
Joe
Diffie.
man.
Charlie
Joe
Daniels.
Diffie was one of the first ones
Charlie
to actually
Daniels,
pass.
yeah. Charlie died. Yeah.
Charlie died.
I was, you know what?
Johnny
I don't.
Pride.
I don't usually get sad when celebrities die, but I was actually sad when Charlie Daniels died. I was like, damn, man, what the fuck?
Piece of history's gone.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
He's a staple in the way certain music's played in the country industry for sure.
Yeah, but listen to I got a better appreciation for bluegrass music the further I dove in to this realm of guitar, and you listen to Brian Sutton, even some of the younger people, Molly Tuttle, Billy Strings, they're huge.
Yeah, I'm a Billy Strings fanboy.
Absolutely,
Not gonna lie.
he's phenomenal. Molly Tuttle, if you've never listened to her,
She's really
a
damn good.
phenomenal picker. I think the best picker alive right now. I know Brian Sutton, in my opinion. If you've one of the best albums I think that a guitar player could listen to is Not Too Far from the Tree, and that's where Brian Sutton, he goes through and he does I think it's like 10 or 11 songs, man. He goes through with the legends. I'm talking he goes with Norman Blake and Tony Rice and all these guys, and he does Church Street Blues and stuff like that. And,
Church Street Blues, man, that album's
phenomenal
amazing.
songs. Absolutely.
Dude,
And,
Tony Rice plays that so good.
he goes through and he plays these, and he's great. And you know, everyone in our generation, like, listen, Billy Strings, you know, he's phenomenal. But he, even when he brings up Brian Sutton on stage, it's like a different level of respect. You know, if you really want to listen to some Kentucky roots, Brian Sutton is a great person to dive into, I think.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. It's awesome. Y'all take it easy now.
Easy.
Don't be
fellas.
breaking nothing. Can't take y'all nowhere.
Josie's flirting with me, everybody.
Yeah, they're having a good old time over here. You can
Yeah,
have a
maybe,
cold. There's still cold pops in the fridge, bro.
Oh,
You
I'm
can-
good. These are still
Maybe
cold.
cut to a little bluegrass riff, maybe.
Yeah, play for a second. Good shit, boys. That sounded that was beautiful, beautiful,
Little
beautiful.
resonator.
It's beautiful. That thing is really nice. I gotta say. I'm in awe. It's beautiful. So okay. Who's your favorite guitarist in the rock genre?
That's a good one. On the I mean, I listen to a very vast, I guess, variety of music. Probably in the rock genre, I'd have to go with. It's early, but I would say Clarence White.
Yeah, Clarence
And,
White, man. It's hard to go wrong.
Mainly, you know, I'm a big Telly guy. I love the Telecaster. I love the
Yeah,
sounds.
boy, get down on a telly. It's
Yeah.
different playing.
Waylon Jennings, he called it a man's guitar. There's no place to hide, because you know on newer guitars and you know some of the stuff Gibson and you know came out with. When I say Gibson, yeah, I'm referring to the Les Paul. You got giant pickups that are you know picking up noise, and Waylon Jennings, the Telecaster, it originally came with 2 single coil pickups.
Yeah,
You know, one in the front, one in the back. No humbuckers.
at all, nothing.
No Ibanez, you know, where you got 7 pickups. You had
No
one in the
shit.
front, one in the back. And you have nowhere to hide on that. It's almost, you know, I talked about the acoustic guitar earlier, you know. You get what you give it. The Telecaster's, you know, about
About the
close as
same
you
way.
get to it.
Yeah.
But I would honestly, I'm gonna take that back. Clarence White would be number 2, and I'd say Clarence White because are you familiar with the B-Bender? Anybody?
Mm-mm.
The B-Bender guitar. Look into it if you're listening. You see a lot of people they'll really rock their left hand and move that guitar up and down, and they have a device in the back that when they move that guitar up and down will bend a certain string. And
That's
Clarence White,
so not what I need.
yeah, he created that.
Okay, well, whatever.
So,
We'll
but
figure it out.
my favorite of all times, and he was more known for playing for Elvis. By now, master of the Telecaster, James Burton.
James Burton.
James Burton. And
Yeah.
I'm talking, you know, your hardcore licks from Elvis. Tell me Elvis wasn't the man.
Blue suede shoes.
Yeah, everyone. And
I like to
Elvis.
play that one. On
Elvis
the
had the lightning bolt necklace with the TCB, taking care of business.
Yeah,
James Burton was like one of 4 people to have it.
that's what's up.
He was his lead guitar player, and
Everybody likes Elvis.
they covered stuff from Chuck Berry and stuff. And
Everybody likes Elvis.
there's
Everybody
videos of Elvis, and he'd look at James, had no guitar. He'd say, "Play the song, James," and James would shred it.
That's what's up. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
So James Burton would probably be
A
my
great Elvis story, by the way, and it relates to my mother, and I'm sure she'll probably never ever hear this, but if she does, I'm sorry for the language, Mom. But this story is fantastic. She had purchased one of the last shows that Elvis ever did on tour. He was going to come to Rupp and play, and he died 1 month before the show date.
Damn.
And my mom still to this day has a ticket, and she
Hell
never
yeah,
got to
she
see.
does.
She never got to see Elvis play, but she still got the ticket.
Hell
so.
yeah, she does. That's
Elvis-
fucking awesome.
Elvis, hear me out if you're still out there, man.
Like,
Come to
Yeah,
Rupp,
all
bro.
right, we're-
Come to Rupp. Play it, man.
make his mom's
this
life,
is-
bro.
This is on the legal.
You and
The
Tupac
legal
just
thing
come
we,
back,
Right,
man.
yeah,
we
play the
signed
show,
earlier.
man.
We cannot talk
One-
about conspiracy theories.
One big tour. Yeah, no. Well, yeah, we stay away
We
from
signed
that.
a paper saying we would stay away from
That is exactly right.
Next up, religion.
Fuck you.
I was messing with you.
Randall, get the fuck out of here.
Randall.
Who invited Randall? God damn
Easy,
it.
boss. Easy.
Okay.
What you got for us, Greg?
Well, hell. I don't know.
Maybe we have some questions for you.
Yeah? Do you?
I got one.
Yeah? What's up?
I
We
heard-
didn't come here unprepared
Hey.
for starters.
By all means,
word
boys.
on the street
Missing
was...
Tommy though. Shout out to your little. Your
Yeah.
little
Shout out to
Shithead.
Tommy. I don't know who
Yeah.
you are, bro, but shout out.
Yeah,
Shithead.
love,
I love you, brother.
Yeah, love to have
Shithead.
you on this one. Maybe the next one.
Yeah, I love you, brother. I really do. I promise. What?
Wouldn't lie
Anyway,
to
you said. You,
I heard word on the street. This is a video game podcast.
I mean, yeah.
Is that how it was
We-
founded? A little. I just have a video game question to ask you. I've been saving it.
Okay, well, it really. I started out streaming games. Is where my this kind of thing came from, and I really enjoyed that. But I found really quick that I'm really mediocre at video games when it comes in a competitive sense, and that's what everybody watches, and I'm just not about that. It's too stressful. I'm good. I get angry, and then I just don't have fun. So
That's not what it's about.
I always
appreciate that.
I always enjoyed. I don't know. I always enjoyed being able to talk. Like talking to people, and I don't know. I really like conversation. Like if I can hold a meaningful conversation with someone, I love it. It's fantastic. Because you don't get that very often.
Well, I just had one question I wanted to bring
All right.
up. And
Hit me.
I've slept with a Game Boy under my pillow since I was about 7,
Yes, sir.
8 years old.
Yeah.
Do you like Pokemon at all?
Oh boy. Okay. So yes, I do. I love Pokemon.
You're
I actually.
in my generation there, man. You gotta love Pokemon.
I
At least you're a
actually,
gamer, man.
we just got a Switch, and the very first game I bought was Pokemon Sword. But yes, I do. I played from Silver to, I played from Silver to Fire Red and Leaf Green, and then I don't know what happened, honestly. I lost my handheld, really. They upgraded to DS, and I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. I've got a PlayStation. It's fine.
Yeah, man. If you don't really keep up with them, they'll move on real quick.
Real quick.
Nintendo, man, they have a console
don't
coming
give a-
out
yeah.
every like
Don't
3 to 4 years.
they don't
I'm
give a
surprised the
damn.
Switch has lasted as long as it has.
Oh,
but
they've got
I don't know really how you adapt.
I saw that
the
they've
Switch,
got a Switch Pro that's coming out that's supposed to be comparable to the new Xbox and PlayStation, but I
Dude,
don't.
Nothing will ever beat my Game Boy SP. It was the first Nintendo console to
It
have
had
a
the
black
light,
light.
man.
It had the black
You
light,
had the
man.
light in it. You didn't have to have the.
I didn't
touch.
have to play with the lamp on. I
Right.
didn't have to plug anything into my console that drained the battery's power to see what I was playing.
Just for the record, Nintendo, please don't DMCA me, please, please, please.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We love your games.
Yes, we do.
We love
We
your
have a deep
games.
appreciation.
I was ranked at Mario Golf, anyways.
Yeah, I don't believe that at all.
That's true. It's a fact. That's my life.
But Pokemon for me ended up becoming more of the card game kind of thing because I got really big into it. I'm sure my mother still has them somewhere, and I really wish I could find them because there's probably a bunch of really expensive cards in there now. I had like 12 binders full because when I do something, I fucking do it. You know what I'm saying? Like all out.
Balls to the wall, man. You gotta
That-
commit to it.
Yeah, like that's the. But I did that for a long time, and then I don't know. I got a little older and started playing guitar and girls and that kind of thing.
Say no more, my friend.
And
But don't call me Randall.
I didn't think anything more about it until here, fucking 3 or 4 weeks ago. I was watching somebody stream on fucking YouTube opening Pokemon cards of all things. I was just sitting on the couch. I was stuck. Y'all know how it is. I was stuck. And I was just sitting there letting it play, and he's opening Pokemon cards, and I see all these cards. I'm like, damn, I had a whole bunch of those. Like, fuck, man. And then I kept watching, and he started pulling really cool shit, and I was like, oh, I want to do that now.
It's funny you mentioned the cards because recently my younger cousin Matthew, he is moving from his parents' house, and he and I went through all of his cards that he had acquired, and he had so many cards, man, so many trading cards I didn't even know exist. He had Mighty Morphin Power Ranger cards from like 1997. Man.
Hey, we had.
It was awesome. It was like the quintessential OG Mighty Morphin series. They had steals of everything. He had a Goldar card.
That's what's up.
He had Rita. That stuff, and he had cards like Digimon. He had trading cards that were just like so nostalgic.
And just
it's funny you bring up the cards because like I just like go super deep into all that. It was so awesome. It was like a trip down memory lane going through all those cards, man.
You're scaring me, man.
See, I had to come up with an excuse as to why I was about to spend a bunch of money on Pokemon cards. Oh, and then my son came to me about 2 days later, and he's like, "Hey, Dad, can we get some Pokemon cards?" I was like, "You're goddamn right, we can, boy. We'll go to fucking Walmart today."
Right now.
Funny you ask.
What are you doing right now? Let's get your shoes on.
Let's fucking go.
But yeah, I wanted to ask and bring up Pokemon because I play it every day to this day. And we'll just leave it
What
at
about
that.
Halo? If we're talking about games, I know you're a Halo player.
We don't need to go down that road.
Halo,
Bungie also, I'm on a public platform for the most part. It might be private if it gets taken down, but
I mean, don't do that, please.
I just want to say, Bungie gave up on Halo, and 343 Industries, you're my savior. And I don't know why you would tear down a mansion in hopes to build something better, because how could you get better than Halo? You left Halo, you went and made Destiny.
And fucked it so hard. I don't care. I'll say it. I don't give a fuck. You fucked it hard.
I didn't know anyone was going to be on my side in this argument, but I'm telling you right now, why would you ever give up? Why would you give up 1,000 acres for a 1 acre plot in hopes to make something fantastic?
You guys want to cut out to a gospel song?
And let me say this.
Maybe shoot another episode.
I have given Destiny every try.
I'll play Amazing Grace.
I have played it. I've played the second one. I don't get it, man. I don't know why.
It's a wannabe Halo.
I mean, but it's not even a good wannabe Halo. Fucking, can somebody do something with Randall over here, please?
Hold on, Randall. Kill it for a second. I just want to say one more thing about the Halo shit. You brought it up, man.
He's trying to save our souls here, but he's doing a damn good job, I think. Actually, it's pretty fucking good.
Easy there.
However, if he wakes my children up, they're going home with him.
I'm gonna stop playing.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea, because the boy's hell. You learn. I love my son, but he is a tornado. It's fantastic.
Twice over.
I'm telling you, bro. This house was clean 12 hours ago, and it ain't clean no more.
Halo Reach was the last good Bungie game. Halo ODST is underrated. And the only reason I'm into multiplayer gaming at all is because Halo 2 it shaped every single bit of my multiplayer experience. I love getting on there and just getting in a random group with some boys and just shooting the shit out of some fun ass games, man. There will never be anything like from 5 to 2009 gaming online and Xbox. I mean, Microsoft, they're digging their own grave right now, but I just love all those old memories.
I love when somebody sets me up for a shameless self plug. If you listened to my last episode, and if you haven't, you should, because it's awesome.
I'll listen to it.
My very first experience with online gaming was actually Halo Combat Evolved.
Yeah, I remember that.
Absolutely.
Your first episode.
It's crazy.
Over at a friend's house.
Yeah, but not even a friend, just some people. Yeah, just some people that my parents knew that we got drug along to. And I mean, they were good people, but this dude was like, "Hey, I'm playing Halo. Y'all want to come play?" And we're like, "What the fuck is that?"
Yeah, you and your brother, that was your first online gaming experience.
Yep.
Mine was Call of Duty, man.
Call of Duty.
World
Damn.
That's where the Nazis zombies.
That was the first zombie.
The zombies on that game was so unforgivingly hard whenever I was first started playing it. Like, I didn't understand.
It's how you would think an apocalypse would happen.
Right, like it was just balls to the wall the whole time.
There's no win.
No, that was the thing.
Last.
Like, and that was the thing too. Like, and nobody even knew it existed till the first person beat the game, and then all of a sudden there's just fucking Nazi zombies everywhere.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Greg. On that one, you had to go through the co-op version and beat it before you could unlock it. This was if you didn't have online. That was a big thing.
You had to play through it, and it took me and my brother playing through it to get it. But we didn't know that it was there, so when we got it, we were like, "What the fuck is this?"
But if you bought the online, you did get it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I remember my brother and I, OTD, and Tyler Daniels, we beat it and we unlocked it, and I was like, "What?
What the fuck?" You know, that was crazy.
They came back with more, did they not?
Oh yeah, there's a Call of look.
There's
a Call of Duty every year. Every other year we get a zombies mode out of it. The last 10 years have been pretty much shit up until Modern Warfare came out this most recent time.
What would you say your favorite version of zombies would be then?
I liked World at War, but like I said, when I played it, I was young and didn't understand, and it was unforgiving as fuck, and I hated it when I played it then. But I think I spent the most time playing Black Ops 2 Zombies.
Okay.
But I would say my favorite that's come out in the last little bit was probably Black Ops 3 Zombies, just because it was different and it was really, really, really fucking fun if you had a bunch of people to play. If you had 4 people to play, it was insane.
So, I listened to your last podcast, and a big question that popped for me, something you never went into. You went on the PS2 for a little bit, and
greatest console ever.
Yeah,
it's pretty up there.
Yeah,
for sure.
Without multiplayer,
you
for sure.
Completely, you hit it through and through. The one thing that you missed, and it also carried on the PS1, was Crash Bandicoot. Did you happen? you noticed you did. Did you play any of those games?
I did. I didn't play the first one on PS1 because we didn't have a PS1 physically. We had it at an aunt's house or a cousin's house. Ow, fuck.
Watch that mic, Holmes.
Yeah, no shit.
Don't call me Randall. I swear we'll roll right now, Greg.
I punched it last time. It's very apparent.
Easy,
you can hear it.
In your own house.
But I played Crash Bandicoot: The Wrath of Cortex. I don't know if it was
I played that one as well.
I played that one till the disc stopped working.
Did you ever run the racing game they had? It was a version of Mario Kart.
Yeah, I didn't. I did, but we only ever played it if somebody, had it. We didn't ever go out and buy it because, we were playing fucking wrestling games and, that kind of shit.
And
that's what that was made for, man, for sure. The Crash Bandicoot, kart game you're talking about, dude. No one makes better kart games than Nintendo. Mario Kart's my favorite thing ever. Hey, Nintendo, give me free stuff.
Did they
give us all the free shit, please.
Give us free stuff.
Is that who ran?
No.
That platform? Was that Nintendo? Crash Bandicoot?
No, it wasn't. It was Sony. No, you're right. You're right. It was Sony.
Well, and the Tekken games was another one, Greg. You touched on it. That was a big Tekken, and that carried over from the PS1 to the 2.
Yeah, I only ever played Tekken Tag, and I didn't get to play it very much because my brother hated it because I whipped his ass at it all the time.
That's fair enough.
You know?
He's your younger brother?
Yeah.
Of course.
Oh, well, he was asking for it. Just
Nah,
by being
look,
born.
look, y'all, listen.
Just by being born,
That
he
is
was
Yeah,
another.
asking for
Is
yeah,
it.
that
yeah,
another
yeah.
Sony game though?
Yeah, well, it's not Sony now. It's just it's somebody that had a deal with Sony at the time, but they're multi-platform now.
Did they? Do you happen to know the last one they cut at? They did.
They did.
Tekken 1, 2, 3, and Tag. Did they ever move past?
Oh yeah,
Tag?
they're at like 7 now, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
It was it was an arcade game, was it not? That's how I remembered it. Was
That's
it-
how most fighters were founded, was
Right,
through the arcade
that's
Do you remember,
circuit.
do you remember the bowling alley uptown? Where
Yeah.
I think they had.
Where they had the arm wrestling machine?
Easy,
That fucking
easy,
thing.
Easy,
Dude,
easy.
you remember, Greg?
I do remember that.
You
Too.
look like you want arm wrestling.
No, last time I arm wrestled, Josie's dad separated my shoulder.
He's 50.
Oh, well, he's stronger than
He's
mule
very
piss, so
strong.
I don't want to hear
I
about
didn't
it.
volunteer the arm wrestling.
I thought it would get him and Tyler to arm wrestle, because they said they would, and then Tyler backed away from it.
Josie beat everyone in the bar but me.
I'm coming back for a rematch.
Y'all don't hurt each other.
I made
Hey,
him wrestle.
Just, I
everyone
want
in
to say
the
this
bar
really
first.
quick. Infinity Ward, you're a joke. They still make
ain't
the
that,
games.
Ain't that the truth?
You can only copy and paste material
Look, these
for
are
so
hot.
long.
Look.
The only reason I like Halo is because they have creative ideas that come out every other year, maybe even 3 years at the longest wait. Infinity War, you're getting away with highway robbery, son.
Especially
That's
right
why I
now.
don't buy your games anymore.
Especially right now. I don't know. Treyarch kind of
What's your
fucked it
favorite
with
game out right now, Greg?
out.
I don't know if Infinity Ward makes them anymore, but
They do. Well, they.
you
kinda-
broke my heart. Modern Warfare 4 was
You already
amazing.
bashed them. Keep going. Tell them how
Well,
you
Modern
feel.
Warfare originally, it was Call of Duty 4, but I just wanted to correct
Yeah,
myself.
we understand.
Modern
We
Warfare
got you, bro.
4, there's, I mean, I'm
Um,
sure there is now, but
Favorite game out right now?
Right now. Right now.
Damn, that's hard.
multiplayer or just like game?
There's the difference.
There's a huge difference.
As far as
Single player experience?
game for me, single player. Ooh, the last one I played that I got really engrossed in was Star Wars Fallen Order. It was really fucking good. Oh no, that's a lie. My favorite single player game that I've played in a long time, actually ever, is the Spider-Man that came out on the PS4 a couple years ago.
Okay, yeah.
Probably the best
Did you
game
play
I've
that,
played.
Jess?
Mm-mm.
No.
No, it's fucking fantastic.
What was your last game, Jess?
I don't remember.
Played a little GTA, didn't you?
Yeah, I played GTA up until 4.
4. Yeah, I spent a lot of time in Grand Theft
They're
Auto.
at 5 right now, aren't
Yeah.
they?
Yeah.
Yeah,
5 was the big story mode, though, wasn't it? You played
Yeah.
5 had the
5 been out for
the
years
3
now.
characters and the 3 story modes.
The
crap like that.
options to how.
Yeah.
2013
You didn't play
for the record.
Nah, I
2013
never
is
played
how long
Oh,
it's been
well,
out.
that's when I graduated, so that was...
You
I,
guys
8 years
play
ago
5?
this year.
I played. I was in. I think Greg, we were the same age. We were 20, about 19, 20 when 5
yeah, it
came
was.
out.
We were 20.
I played
um,
it. I remember playing in Japan. I think I was 20 over
So
there.
funny story actually. The night that I got Grand Theft Auto 5, I was working at Walmart still. It was before my son was born, and they did a midnight launch at GameStop, and Walmart's right up the
Yeah,
right there.
It's right there.
So I dipped out on my last break of the night and went up there and fucking got it. I was gone for like a half hour, and they came looking for me, and I was just gone. It was fantastic.
What if we're on the 5 topic, just go around the room. I reckon we all played it. I think what end did you choose, Greg?
Oh, you can't kill either one of them. What are you talking about? You keep the gang together and kill everybody else. Fuck all those people.
Man, ride or die.
You don't fuck with that. Like, look, okay, I will
Zach
say.
did something completely different.
I
I've
will-
seen his eyes.
I
What'd
will
you
say,
do?
I have played all 3 endings because we saved before the ending and we
What
did.
was your favorite playing?
Still the keep everybody
Keeping
staying alive.
everybody
Yeah,
there.
because just getting to go around and kill everybody that gave you shit the whole game, that's fantastic. What about you? What'd you do? Who'd you kill?
I've never owned or played a copy of GTA
Oh
5.
my god.
The last GTA copy that I owned and played was GTA 3 San
Vice
Andreas.
City,
It was
San
the
Andreas.
greatest GTA game ever made, in my opinion.
Terrible
I've seen
graphics.
4 and 5
Terrible.
played. Graphics don't matter. It's all about the controls and how much fun you can have. The cheat codes were amazing for that game. And I also want to say that there was a game called Driver at the time, and Driver 3 was way more fun than any GTA game I've ever
That is
seen
a
or
bold
played,
statement.
dude.
That is
Driver
a,
3, dude.
that's a very
You
bold
could-
statement,
In
but
Driver,
I
in
get
Driver 3, you could pick the map, Istanbul, and there
It's
had the
gonna come on
longest
Greg's
road in
podcast.
all the
Real
maps,
GTA.
dude. Dude, I'm telling you, Driver 3
That's how it goes
Driver
sometimes.
3 beat GTA at its own game years before it. Shout out to the PS2. That game was amazing.
And
You
if
could
wondered
pick
how
the-
Zach felt, that this is it.
This is it. If
I'm
y'all
telling
ever,
you.
if you ever needed to know, this is it.
This is it.
I'm
This is how
pouring my
Zach
heart
Adams
out
feels
here,
about
man.
GTA.
I'm just telling you, Driver 3 beat it at its own game. You could go to Istanbul. They have the longest straight road in the entire world, and you could go down it 100 miles an hour with any vehicle you could get through that road. It's the most fun game you could ever possibly play. That's all I'm
And
saying.
you've heard it.
I,
If you ain't heard it, you've heard it now.
That's right. It came hot off the presses right here on the Country Fried Nerds. Y'all heard it. Y'all heard it first.
Thank you for having us, Greg.
Absolutely. I'm really
Yeah,
glad you
man,
guys came out.
Thanks for having us.
I'm really good. This makes me real happy. So back to favorite game. I'm gonna go. Yeah, we're gonna circle back now. Right now, my favorite game as far as a multiplayer thing goes, I played Raft with my brother, and it's like a survival game, and it was probably the most fun I've had playing a multiplayer game in a long time.
More fun than Left 4 Dead, and you did not touch that on your last podcast.
Okay, yeah, you know what? I caught a lot of shit for not
Yeah,
talking about
you
that.
didn't touch it. You didn't
Because
even mention it.
I did mention it because I did say that the very
You
first
like-
game
yeah, you
the
went
very
through,
first
but it was
game
nothing.
we got on the Xbox was Left 4 Dead 2 and the Fallout 3 DLC disc.
they
Once
came-
again, this is in my first
Those
podcast.
came with it, didn't they?
Well,
The
that's
one
just the games that Mom got from GameStop. We just didn't know.
Yeah, right.
Um,
the Left 4 Dead, me and my brothers, it was probably one of the most, fun you could have with a couple controllers.
That's what I was gonna say, because, like I said, the Xbox 360 had a really cool feature where you could rip music straight onto it.
Yeah, and you could, upload your CDs.
Right. So
that was a game changer. On the
right, it
360.
really was.
It really
So we
was.
would sit, because we never had internet. Once again, I've said all this before, so sorry for repeating myself. But we never had internet, so we
System Link?
we would just sit on in two chairs in his room. We would squeeze two chairs together in front of a 32-inch TV and play Left 4 Dead for days, probably. After it was all said and done, we'd sit down and play it straight through, basically. We spent a lot of time, and it's so weird because my son plays that game too, and he fucking loves
That's
it, and it's
crazy.
hilarious. It's hilarious.
Also, Left 4 Dead's a terrible
Would you
zombie
maybe
game.
shoot us on a second episode?
It's actually not that terrible. I take it back. It's fun multiplayer.
No, it's absolutely one of the most fun multiplayer.
Dead Rising's my favorite zombie game.
Oh,
Just
here
gonna
we
go ahead
go.
and say it.
Opinions by Zach.
Frank Martin.
Zach's cutting in.
My
He's
favorite
the boy, man.
My favorite zombie game is Dying Light because the parkour in it is really awesome, and I don't know, it's just the setting is really cool because it's
That
just
game's really intense.
it
It's
is
first person.
Oh
right?
man, yeah, it's
Is that
so
how it was
intense.
designed?
Yeah,
See, like I love Dead Rising because it's third person. You're in a mall.
right.
You're like
you're basically left to your own devices.
You're accruing your own resources and like forming your own way out of that place. I enjoy that game a ton as far as zombie games go. But yeah, Dying Light. I remember when the trailer came out for that. That game looked awesome.
Yeah, they're working on the second one right now, and I'm excited about it. It looks pretty cool. I don't know. Dead Island was a really good zombie game too.
That had maybe the best game trailer ever. Dead Island did.
It did. It was. I mean, we're just gonna keep rolling.
You keep rolling.
Yeah, it's only been 48 minutes. We got
Do you edit these?
no. This is straight through, homie.
Straight through?
You are live and in color, bro.
Wow, in color. Thought we might shoot a second one with this bad Larry.
You just
Go ahead.
yeah, just
Roll.
do that thing.
We'll do it. We'll do it. You want a little blues break? A little spark break?
I'll spark you.
Hold on. I was gonna ask y'all something and I lost it.
7.
Dying Light trailer, or not Dying Light.
Mahogany.
Dead Island trailer. Look it up. Peggy 18.
Wait, did you just say mahogany?
Mahogany 7. I was trying to answer your
What
question.
the fuck?
It wasn't what you
It wasn't. That was so not even close to what I was
Sorry,
talking
Greg. I
about.
thought we were shooting 2
Thanks,
tonight.
Greg.
Nah,
Let's
we're gonna do one good long one, and then y'all gonna come back another time. We're gonna do another one. Cause
After the CD release,
absolutely,
that'd be a big one.
yeah, that's gonna be a fun one. I'm excited about that one.
And
I'm excited about this one. Shit, it's awesome. I'm really glad you guys. I'm really glad you guys came on. It makes me happy.
You want to do a blues break?
Yeah, you can play for a second. Let's see. Yeah, go ahead.
Get her rolling.
That's how I smoke by instinct.
So once again, that was my good buddy Jared from the Peastick Ramblers. Peastick Ramblers. I'm sorry, I can't talk.
Rambling, brother, rambling.
Check them out on Facebook. They are there. Check them out on YouTube. They're on there too. Big things coming up. They're gonna come back on after their CD's done, and we're gonna have a good time with that. Let's see. Let's go back to video games for a minute because I like it. Okay. Well, I mean, I answered my favorite game. What's yours? Is Halo, right?
It's my favorite multiplayer experience.
Right. Yeah. So what's your
but
favorite single
My
player?
favorite game, period, is Pokemon Crystal. I could go through both regions, Kanto and Johto. I love the starters in the Johto region, even though they're not my favorite. But if I had to play through one version of Pokemon over and over again, it'd probably be Crystal. Yeah. They allow breeding in that generation. I can breed my own Pokemon. I can train my own Pokemon the way that I want them. I can take on the gyms in any fashion that I want, any playthrough style that I want. The game's phenomenal. Like I said, you can go through both regions. You can complete the Johto, and then it's like, oh, okay, you go over. The Pokemon League's actually in the Kanto region, so you have to go over there and take all the gyms on too. Even though you only need 8 badges, in that game you get 16.
You're a bad motherfucker at that point too, boy.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
You feel like 10 feet tall and invincible whenever you got all them.
Your Pokemon are veterans at that point. Like I said, if you breed them and just raise them from eggs at your own pace, man, that's just the best way to play it in my opinion. Absolute authentico. But favorite game ever, it's definitely got to be Pokemon Crystal, man.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Joe's.
What you got? What do you think?
I'd have to say favorite single player is. I'd have to say it'd be. I like Skyrim a lot.
Oh,
Skyrim was amazing.
Skyrim's.
Oh my gosh, that's
Skyrim's
a totally different corner of video games.
Skyrim's a big one, man. I've lost a lot of my life in Skyrim.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
I'm going to throw her back for a second. A little more than what you might reckon.
Yeah.
Sims, Herbs.
Oh my
This game
god.
first hit. Favorite game.
Sims?
I played it every other way. I still have it on my Game Boy to this day.
Hell yeah.
Herbs. It was the first. Most Sims were so open world and broadcast as to what you want them. That was the first one that kind of came out, and it came out on Game Boy. It had like a story mode for it. You know what I mean? And you had like 4 options as the kind of way you wanted to go about beating the game, but they all kind of came around the same room. Did you play it?
I didn't know.
Zach?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I had a neighbor too that also had that game, and I remember playing
you ever
it
run
a
that
ton,
with
but
us?
it just
Mhm.
never got to the level of Pokemon with me. I
No, I
honestly
only
never
played
got.
one Pokemon. It was my. God bless America. I love it. But I played one. It was my last deployment. Right before we were.
He's choking to death over here, y'all.
God. Anyways, it was right before I didn't have a electric outlet for my Game Boy. But I think it was like it came out on the DS, the screen. It was one of the newer ones. It was a double split. I think it was like a fire, silver, or something like that. And I played it all the way through. It was awesome, but it was the newer. I felt because I played the old ones. I feel like the newer ones were more set up for you to tag along a story mode and beat versus
Just wandering aimlessly and getting your ass kicked a whole bunch for a while.
Until you're awesome.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
You just keep getting your ass beat until you're
Yeah, the
good.
new ones, it's like, cool. 3 hours in, I have a
Everything.
Charizard that
Right.
will evolve to the best character on the game.
I mean, yeah, that was the thing
That's
that I
not how
noticed.
that works.
Look,
Essentially,
on
yeah.
Sword, on
Basically how I did.
on-
But no, I mean, if
That's
we're
how
gonna,
I really-
I'm actually wrong. That's how it works. As someone
Oh,
who sleeps
cool.
with a Game Boy under their pillow,
Yeah.
with the Sword.
I had to say something.
With Sword, man,
Have you
I don't
played
know.
the new ones?
Whenever
Yeah.
when you catch a Pokemon, all your Pokemon get experience, and that's weird to me. But it
Oh.
opens up a lot of possibilities.
It does, but it also makes me mad because the Pokemon that earned that experience was in battle, and it should accrue 100% of that. See, in the game that I was talking about earlier, Pokemon Crystal, they had XP share in that game, and if you gave it to a Pokemon, it held that item, and it was gaining experience at the rate in which you chose for it to. And for me, I think gaining experience as a team, I think that's a failure as a trainer. I think that option should be. I think it should be an option for you to gain experience as a team, for sure.
It's bold.
I don't know. It was just weird to me because I was used to having to
Would
grind
you-
my ass off.
Would you not agree they were made to beat?
Oh yeah, they're way less punishing now than they were. Straight up,
No, Greg's for sure right on that.
like they used to be rough.
It's fun for the whole family now. It's not.
It
something-
really is. Like
you had to
like
be
my-
obsessed back in the day.
my
to, like,
son-
get anywhere. You had to be.
Right, my son's 6 and he plays it just
Yeah.
fine. Like I mean, not just fine. He can't do some things,
They were
but
made to beat, though.
yeah, they really were. And I remember playing on Game Boy Advance and
We also grew up in a time where you couldn't just Google. when you
right,
got
no, but
stuck.
right, yeah, we were just
Hey
there
man, I'm
unless
on level 3, episode 7. How the hell I get through this?
unless you had
Left, down, right, A, B, dude. You're fine.
unless you had like a game
It's
like
not
a
San Andreas. There
Oh.
are no cheat codes. You just have to fight a bunch of Rattata or a bunch of Pidgey. Or if you're in the later stages of the game, it's like, okay, I'm gonna have to fight a bunch of Geodude, Graveler, Onix. I'm gonna have to fight all these
Zubat.
Pokemon.
Fucking
Golbat.
Zubat.
You're gonna be in these caves training outside the Victory Road. It's just super weird.
Did you guys ever play Zelda? Any of the Zelda games? Because I never
64,
Which one?
I think.
any of them. Because I never did.
64,
I played.
and I was not even. I couldn't read. I still can't read very well, but I definitely couldn't read well enough to get through a goddamn Zelda game on 64. Tell me I'm wrong.
I mean, nah, you ain't wrong.
I was still on,
My
like,
junior and
Spike
senior
Saw
year
ball.
of high school, we played
Spike jump
Ocarina of
football.
Time, and we got to the
Water Temple.
water temple.
Yeah.
I was gonna call it the Aqua Castle, but
It's the Water
that's
Temple.
definitely not it.
Yeah.
Have you beat
It's a
Zelda,
water
Greg?
temple.
No, I've played.
Which one?
I have
There's so
played-
many.
I
and
ran
they're so
through
long.
Mario
I
as,
had.
as an adult, and I did beat it, and I would say it was rather challenging.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Mario's fucking
Went through
insane
all the worlds,
sometimes.
beat it, and it was knucking thoughts. To beat
Yeah,
it.
man. Yeah.
We got to the water temple in Ocarina of Time, and
Now
that
you're telling
felt
them how you feel again.
that
Nah.
that's just like that in itself was an achievement in the game. We kind of fell off after that, and it's just like, oh, this is kind of the climax of the game or close to it. You got to keep going. It's like, man, it took so much out of us to get to this point.
The thing with the Water Temple especially is it's actually one of the like notorious levels of video games. Like when people talk about the most difficult levels in a video game, that's always in the top 10. And that's because it wasn't programmed right. So it was
flawed from the beginning.
15 times harder than it had to be most of the time, you know? And like with the re-releases and stuff, they fixed it so it's a lot easier. But like that's really one of the hardest levels in video games ever. Yes.
Hand raised with a question.
Yes, sir.
Jared Daniels.
Yes, sir.
On your last episode, I love how you went in on Gun, which was probably one of my favorite.
Gun.
One of my favorite video games as
Yeah.
a kid growing up on the PS2
Yep,
platform.
absolutely.
I never played Gun. I don't
Really?
know what
I haven't
you're
Look,
talking about.
if you can ever get your hands on Gun in any form other than Game Boy, you should play it because it is fantastic. Has a stellar cast, stellar soundtrack, and the game is just it's insane.
I have a few
It checks all the
questions for you,
boxes?
Greg,
All
on
the
that one,
boxes.
though.
Well, that makes me
I
want to
think
play
you
it.
can answer them.
All right, what's that?
One, did Rockstar Games, did they produce Gun?
No,
They did not.
they did not.
Do you know who produced it?
No, I do not.
I have no idea about the game at all. I don't know if it.
So
I don't know what studio
There was a
involved.
previous game to Gun. I don't know if you remember it. It was Red Dead Revolver.
That was
I do
that
believe.
was the game before Red Dead Redemption.
Red
It
Dead.
was
I've
was a
heard of that
Rockstar
game.
game.
I've
That
heard of
was-
that game.
I always thought that Gun was a prequel set to that game.
Right.
Is that wrong?
Yeah,
That is wrong.
Yes.
Is that a common misconception though?
I mean, as far as like if I went Neversoft, okay, that's who made it. If I went back now and didn't,
Which is a Microsoft company, by the way.
if
that's
I
who makes the 360. Or
Well, no, it actually wasn't.
Who makes the Xbox is Microsoft.
It was published by all of them, actually.
it was it was
I thought it was by Microsoft, but that's
yeah
my
it
bad.
was it was developed by Neversoft.
Does Microsoft own Rockstar?
No, Rockstar is its own company.
It is.
Yeah,
Within-
well, it's part of Take-Two, which is
Does
a
it-
big umbrella corporation.
So it goes on multiple platforms, not just
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
So was
See, but the thing
who
is,
so Gun had no relation.
no,
To these.
Gun was a game in and of itself, and like I was saying, if you took me back and not knowing anything about Red Dead Redemption or Gun and playing through, both of them side by side, I would think that Gun was probably made by the same people because it just, I don't know, it just played it.
As a kid, I mean, I couldn't have been 12, 13. I always thought that Gun was a follow-up to Red Dead Redemption. But I guess that's not true.
No, it was completely a standalone thing. I don't know. It never really got the recognition that it deserved. I don't feel like it's a really underrated game. Like it won some awards, I think, but now when it's talked about kind of bad, and I don't.
So if I had to ask, run around the room, we'll start with you, Josie. You played both, too, as well. You're on this one. If you had the Red Dead Redemption versus Gun, if you had to pick a favorite, what would it be?
I'd probably have to say Gun because I mean I remember growing up with Tanner, and we would always play Gun almost every time we came over to the house. So yeah.
Zach?
I've never played Gun, nor have I ever heard about it. I'm honestly stunned to hear you all talk about it. But the very first Red Dead Redemption, I've always loved Rockstar games. Like I said, I'll hang my hat back on GTA San Andreas, dude. That was, to me, it was the first sandbox game I could, throw myself into and, super enjoy. There was, that in the Knights of the Old Republic at the time. I just super enjoyed, both of those games as, RPG. It's okay, I can go to the store, dress myself however I want. I can go to the gun store down the street, get whatever I want. Bunch of explosive, I can cause a bunch of hell.
Greg?
And just respawn at the hospital, man. It was a fun game. But I've never played Gun. It makes me interested to know. I've never even heard of
I'm
Neversoft
going to
or
put
anything.
you as with the majority. Greg, the deciding factor. It's not your podcast or anything.
I would say probably Gun. I have
That's it.
I have deep love.
Man, that makes me want to play it.
I have deep love for Red Dead Redemption. I really do. I loved that game. I played the hell out of that game. Me and my brother.
Revolver was the follow-up.
No, Revolver was the first one. It was the very first. It was the prequel or something.
But it came out later.
No, it came out first. It came out way back on PS2.
That's the one I meant to earlier. That's the one I was kind of comparing to. Because that was around the same time period, wasn't it? Revolver, then Gun.
Yeah. But I don't know. Gun. Just based on how much I played it, because I played both of them.
That was the character, right?
Yeah, and I loved the characters, and it was the first game that I don't know. It was like
it was an open world map to an
right.
extent.
That was right. Like I had played Grand Theft Auto, but
a lot of horse riding.
Right, it was just different because it was so big. That was one of the first games that ever really struck me as
you needed 20 minutes to go across town.
Right, that was the thing. It struck me as being so big, and I was like, "Damn, this is cool." You know, and then I spent, hours and hours and hours playing
it. Did you
it.
ever do any of the side modes on Gun? I think you actually touched that when you.
I mean, yeah, we did everything that there was to be done in that game. We beat it to death.
Yeah, but that was something I'd wondered about. I always thought they were kind of all in one. But
No.
Similar though, I guess.
Oh yeah, they very similar.
Thing.
Yeah.
So those guys aren't doing anything. I think Gun never went anywhere from that.
No. I think Neversoft might actually be either they've either been bought into something and dissolved, or they've shut down.
Did they do the Tony Hawk games?
Yeah, bro, they did.
They did.
Yeah, bro, they did.
Neversoft.
Yeah. Were they the studio that had the trident or the spike
eyeball.
come down to the eyeball?
Yeah.
And then it would wrap the nerving. The nerves would wrap around
yes. That is exactly right.
Is that Neversoft?
Yes.
That is. And
I'm ashamed now. So they made a shooter?
You hit that on your first podcast.
Yes.
On Skateland, and I did. You talked about it on a different platform. My brother and we played it on it was the Cube.
GameCube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
So
had 37 buttons to do nothing.
It didn't do a
needed
goddamn
4
thing.
of 'em.
The whole time, only needed 4. Yeah. GameCube was the one that I skipped over.
So that is.
So do you all like skater games? Do you all like? Is that what you talked about on the other
I'm
podcast?
just saying,
I've not listened to the first
that is
one.
the same.
I mean,
aren't they doing anything these days?
Well, they just remastered Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 and put it back out, which is really cool. They did some really cool things, like they had all the original skaters come in and redid the mocap for them so they would be up to date in their age, which is fucking crazy to me. That's really cool. I thought that was, a nice touch.
That's a classy touch.
Right?
That's novelty, man.
Right, man. Like I
appreciate that.
Right, I appreciate shit like that. That's so fucking cool to me.
But I have a question.
Yeah.
What's your favorite skating video game of all time? Because I know mine, and I hope it's yours.
Favorite of all time is Tony Hawk's Underground 2. Best playing, though, is Skate 3. Skate 3 is fantastic.
You don't like American Wasteland?
I never played it.
Tony Hawk's American Wasteland is
that
by
was the
far
best
the
one.
best
I
video
never played
game
it.
One,
That was
one
yeah.
of them. Yeah,
As far as
absolutely.
skating video games go,
I played it on the
Dude,
Cube, man.
Tony Hawk's American Wasteland, dude, that game touched me. It made me buy a board.
Yeah, that's
And I
what's
didn't
up.
buy a Tony Hawk board. And I hate to say that, I didn't buy Bird. I'm sorry, Tony, if you're listening to this out there somewhere.
Yeah.
Definitely
If,
not.
if we fall into that alternate dimension that Tony Hawk's listening to us, he's
Hey,
he's
the
sorry.
shift between realities is it could happen.
I remember
at any point.
the big commercial for it was like a 3-foot tall Tony Hawk skate figure, but it was battery
Remote controlled.
Woo!
I bought a Plan B.
What?
Paul Rodriguez, Plan B. He was
Plan
a
B,
skater.
yeah.
Dude,
Hey,
Paul
look,
Rodriguez had a Plan B board,
You're an
man.
animal.
I liked those boards. I always did.
Nothing shy of an animal.
I had.
Dude, I'm telling you, it had the best trucks and bearings on it, dude. I'm telling you.
I
those wheels
skateboarded-
spun forever.
I skateboarded for about 3 weeks. And then I fucked my shit up real hard one time, and I was like, yep, nope, I'm done. I ain't got the coordination to do that. I'm going to find something else to be good at, because that ain't it.
It's funny you mentioned that, Greg. That is also what happened to me. I ate shit
so hard, bro.
So hard that
Like,
I just
about
was
half
like,
click.
you need to I rethought my entire approach. I was like,
Right
well,
to my inner groin area once. Never touched one again.
Yeah, nah. I'm good on that. Like,
I think they
I
call
mean,
that a
it's
credit
cool.
card.
But it's not for me.
not for me.
Because
I
I
can
done that.
appreciate anybody that can do it, but it ain't for me.
Definitely not.
I don't know. Yeah, I played
They
a lot.
probably also have a hard time going through a metal detector. I mean, we've got better, but the plastic anchors, they ain't been around that long. What are you saying, Greg?
I don't remember.
Anyways.
What the fuck are you talking about over there?
We were talking about video games.
I mean, I know. I was gonna say, because we were talking about the skateboarding games, I really played the hell out of some BMX games when I was young.
Oh my god, don't get
Like,
me
that was
started.
insane to me. I don't know.
What was the fella's name?
Dave Mira. Oh, Matt Hoffman.
Matt Hoffman.
Hoffman, dude.
Hoffman.
He was the first one to do it. He was on the Jackass movies, dude, when they first started
Yeah,
TV
he
show and
was.
stuff, man.
I love Jack.
He was there like day one. He was just like fucking around with them.
See,
Matt Hoffman's OG.
them boys there are trying to record another fucking movie, and they got like 3 days in, and
How
two of
old
them.
are they?
Two of them are already in the hospital. 2 days into filming. And Johnny Knoxville was the only one not in the hospital. And he's like, I'm just not in the hospital because I'm fucked up. Like, yeah.
How old are
Johnny's
they?
a
They're
complete dog.
getting up there. And ain't none of them, time's not been very good to any of them, really.
Oh, well, no.
Poor Bam. Bam, I feel
was
sorry
gonna
for that
say,
old boy.
Bam's been through it probably
Yeah,
as hard as
man.
anybody.
I feel
Rest
for
in
that
peace,
man.
Ryan Dunn,
Yeah,
also.
For real.
For real.
He never got right after that.
He was from
How
Jackass
good
2 to 3, man. He's probably the best
Yeah, he was good.
they had. Him and Dave England.
Dave England, Jesus Christ.
I love all that, man.
I remember the 3D. That was when being 3D was wild.
Yeah, I
what
played
is
the.
Steve-O in? Was he in it?
Yeah, he's in it.
Oh, I'm sure.
He's
See, Steve-O,
he's
man.
He got
sober
hooked
now.
on like NOS or something.
Nah, see,
Not even a drug.
He was doing
Steve-O-
like, compressed air.
Yeah, Steve-O's a hell of a turnaround story, y'all. Like, that's a comeback story if I've ever heard one, because he was fucked up. You can watch Jackass 2, and there's a sketch in Jackass 2 where he's sitting on on stairs, and he is just fucking gone, bro, just nodding out the whole time. And I'm like, dude, I've seen some bad shit in Montgomery County, y'all, I'll tell you, but that was fucked up. And it was on video for
Everybody.
fucking everybody to see. Millions of people have seen him all fucked up like that. And can you imagine living that life? That'd be fucked. But he's doing good now. He's done got his shit together. And it makes me happy. He's insane. Don't get me wrong. You gotta be insane. Like they say it best, if you're gonna be dumb, you gotta be tough.
Yeah.
And they are.
Yeah.
He's played his cards
He ain't
with
smart,
life
be
for
strong.
sure.
He has, man, and he's come out on top thus far.
He's won so far.
It's going.
I don't think he's playing.
It's going.
he's
It's
not
going to get
playing
him.
hands anymore.
Yeah, it's going to get him one of these days. But more power to him.
He ain't
He'll
playing
go.
the hand.
He'll go out doing what he
He
loved. I
went
promise.
into skateboarding, didn't
He tried.
he?
Yeah.
Boarding, eh?
He skated and stuff. He was in some of their skits.
Yeah. I don't know. I always liked them boys. They were funny.
But yeah, I love Jackass.
Yeah. I'm
It
not a
was such
big.
good show. That's like hilarious that we like. I don't know. We were talking about something that brought that up. But
I'm not a big movie person. Really, it was my thing. So I didn't really ever
Not a
watch
big
movies.
TV guy either.
Right.
like not a big like movie person, or like not a big like theater, like go to the theater.
well, I mean,
Either
I
like-
just.
I always.
I
I know
don't.
what you are, Jared.
I don't watch a lot of movies.
Jared
You
don't
know-
have a TV in his house. He don't even have the internet. He
I
lives
had
out
a
in the mud.
bookshelf, and I got married, and I got Netflix, and now I have to play guitar in the shop. I don't even have a shop, man.
Moving up in the
I
world.
have to play outside.
We are moving up in the world, y'all. Yeah, I don't even know, man. Shoot. Man, what y'all want to talk about?
We can talk about anything.
I'm so glad you guys came over here. I really am. I appreciate it. For real.
Hey, just so the podcast knows, Greg Stone blocked me playing a basketball game in high school, and contrary to what he would argue now, in 2011 or 12, he's pretty athletic and just as skinny.
That's the only proof that will ever exist that I was ever any good at anything that required any coordination whatsoever. Y'all heard it. That's it. That's all I got. That's all I got. We're all from here, right? Everybody grew up here. Everybody did.
I was born at Mary Childs. Rest in peace to Mary Childs. It's not a hospital anymore.
That's where my brother was born too.
You weren't born there?
No, I was actually born in Ohio. I was born.
That sounds great, Jared.
I was born in Ohio, and then we moved down here when I was a year old because Dad got sick, and we came down here to the cancer center. I think I don't really remember. It's a long time ago. I just growing up around here, it was really weird as far as like music went for me. Like because generally the conception is that people from areas like this only listen to one kind of music. Really, they only listen to country music or bluegrass or that side of music. And it was always really strange to me that, not really strange, but just kind of astonishing to me that there was such a wide variety of people listening to different things all the time whenever we were in school and stuff. Like, that was crazy.
When you say in school, you're talking about what grades?
Like high school, especially, for me, because that's when I really started paying attention, because that's when I started playing in the orchestra and doing...
Dude, the music scene was shifting a lot, at that point in time.
Because... I don't know. It just it amazes.
That's kind of when music died, honestly. In my opinion.
I mean, not it entered a slump, we'll say. But it was just always cool to me that nobody really. I mean, I listen to everything. We'll say that. Like, there's not a piece of music that I've heard that I wouldn't listen to. Like, especially as far as genre goes. And it was always really cool to me that I could go to all these different people and never hear, the same thing twice. And that was always really nice to me, because music's a big thing for me. Like, music is, I don't know, it's just one of the biggest things in the world, really, because it's one of those things that brings everybody together, no matter what. Because there's people over in Korea right now that can sing every word to every Elvis song in English that was ever written, but couldn't speak you a word of any other English. Like, it just brings people together, and that's a big thing for me. I love that.
Yeah, it's super unifying. That's like why I started playing music in the first place, man. Because like Jared kind of like he didn't talk me into it, but he definitely talked me into it. I know that might be super contradictory, but I mean,
we all get I get what you're saying.
He heard something in me that made me want to play with him, and he talked about it.
It's
That's
beautiful.
That's history.
It really is beautiful for a love of music to come from something like that.
Because I'm like not talented at all with music at all, but I played 1 year of band and I played the trombone, so like there's a certain degree of music that I can read in regards to like time signature measures. Like I know when to stop playing essentially, and to keep time with the other things that are going on.
It's been 10 long years since I left my home in Hollow where I was born, where them cool fall nights make the woods smoke rounds, dogs hunting blows on his home. What have it done to the old home place? Why did they tear it down? And why did I leave the old man in the field, look for a job in the town?
Hell yeah. That's fucking awesome. I love it. I love it so much. Guys, I know I've said it a bunch of times, but I really appreciate you guys coming over here and doing this.
Thanks for having me.
I appreciate the hospitality, Greg.
It's been a good
nice,
time.
man.
Really excited about your music. Really excited about your album coming out. I can't wait to get my hands on it. You guys will all hear it too. Don't worry. Eventually, it'll be there. Also, I'm gonna say ahead of time that I'm gonna do another music podcast probably next month after that. I don't know, somewhere down the road. And I've got some friends from other genres of music that are making music right now that I'm gonna have come and hang out too, and we're gonna, I don't know, just see how everybody, just what music is to everybody, because I assume that once I get to asking questions that it might be different in some aspects, but for the most part it'll probably be a lot of the same, you know, and that's a nice thing to me, because everybody, times are tough, and sometimes you just need something to bring people together, and good thing is music's one of them. And it's a really nice thing that we can make music. Like, that's a blessing in and of itself, you know. Like, it's something you don't take for granted, for sure, because everybody needs a little happy in their life, and music is a good way to get it. And I commend you guys, because you guys sound great. Way better than I could sound, for sure. It's just, I love what you guys are doing, and I really appreciate you guys coming over here, because this has been fun. It really has. I've enjoyed myself immensely.
Bro, could I hear a playback of that little outro song?
We will. As soon as we get done, we sure will. Well, I guess probably wrap that up here, actually, because you boys got to work in the morning. But I really appreciate you guys coming out, and you guys saved my ass, because I'm a slacker and haven't made another episode yet. Don't tell nobody. Yeah, so thank you guys. When you listen to this, when you hear it, I know it wasn't live. Can't do it. It's too much right now. I just can't.
I didn't know we were still recording.
I want to give my closing thoughts. If you have listened to Greg's stuff and you're going to listen to it from here on, you just need to go ahead and keep listening, because things are going to keep coming out, and I approve of what's going on, and I just love it. Listen to Greg, man.
I appreciate that.
Are you wearing a wire?
Nah.
You telling me I'm recording?
I appreciate that. I really do. I really appreciate it, and I will say again, I appreciate all the love and support everybody's given us over the last week, even me being late getting this out. I appreciate you guys sticking with me, and I appreciate everybody that listened and all that good stuff. It really makes me happy to see. It really
Buy
does.
a Pokemon game. Buy a Pokemon game and play it. I love Pokemon.
You heard it first, right there. If you ain't done it, do it. So, you guys want to say anything before we roll on out of here?
I blew it. I didn't know you were recording.
No, you're good, bro. We do it live around here, homie.
He's been recording. What are you talking about?
It's raw, bro. It don't matter.
Like a big flaky
It's
fine.
McDonald's codfish.
Nah, it's fine, bro.
Buy a Pokemon game before 2011.
Play it. Jared's embarrassed. His face is a little red.
It's redder than a mater.
But it's okay, because
Maters.
that's how we do it around here. Y'all will learn one of these days, because that's
Country fried.
Yeah, that's right.
Country fried.
We are country fried to the bone.
Fried's an understatement, buddy.
Yes,
We're
sir.
burnt.
Burnt. We was burnt a long time ago.
Yeah, we're like the insurance claim.
Right.
Thanks for having us, Greg.
Absolutely.
Now that I know we're live,
Yeah.
I love you, Greg.
can we redo the intro?
It's a little late for that, bro. I ain't going back and editing this. Fuck you. It's all on you
I
now.
thought I had like 7 takes on the outro.
Nah, man.
You kept rolling, and I was like,
Listen to Greg's stuff. Country fried. Listen to it.
It's like vinyl,
Just
bro.
keep
We do.
listening to it.
I hope you like the guitar playing, because I only got 1 take.
That's all he gets.
He
That's all
don't
he gets.
need nothing.
It
else.
encourages
Welcome to
authenticity. Country burnt.
Country fried.
Damn it, Randall, shut up. Oh boy, I'm so glad y'all
Thank
came
you,
out here.
Greg.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you. Thank
I love you guys. I can't wait. Can't wait to get some music in my
Let's do it
hands.
again.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. We'll definitely do it again, because this was a good one.
Happy, I've been sad, I've been embarrassed. You
Yeah,
did it.
you fucking hit all the notches, bro.
Yeah, you did.
For everybody else out
my
there,
podcast, man.
you guys be careful. You stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see y'all next time.
Yeah, me and Greg are married.
Shit. Take that up with my wife, not me.